liquids. Liquids are things that take up space, and if when it's put into a jar, it takes the shape of the container. Like, for example, this milk. If I have this cup right here, and I pour this chocolate milk into this cup, it just took the shape of its container it was in. And if I pour it back into the jar, it'll keep taking the shape of the container, no matter what it's in. So it takes the shape of the container. And liquids, for example, liquids could be chocolate milk, they could be water, and for gases. Gases are, let's see, if I had water and I put it into the things that you have probably now and back in the olden days, that you would open up the lid and you would pour in the water and you'd close the lid and it would steam. That was water, but it just got hot and it turned into gas. So a gas could be air, like pollution. Pollution sucks into trees and trees blow it out and that becomes air. So air is a gas. Okay, air, and water, kind of. Water could be a gas. Water. And there's lots of other gases that could happen. And gas takes up space. Solids, liquids, and gases, they all take up space. And liquids, of course. Liquids, if you look at a liquid, you had to look at the liquid and you would have to see how much atoms are in the liquid. Like, let's say a solid. If I crushed this solid or like sliced it open with something and I looked around inside of it and examined what was inside, then I could kind of count a lot of the atoms that were inside of this. But like this for gases. So for solids, the picture for solids would be all crammed. All the atoms would be crammed together, all crammed into one big piece, because there's many atoms inside for how heavy the object is. In liquids, they're kind of spread apart just a little bit, not that far. And in gases, they're really far apart. They're very far apart. And they bounce around really fast. So like this one would move there, this one would move there, and they just keep rotating. And then that move, and then that would move. So it just keep rotating. They just bounce really fast. And liquids, they'd bounce too. They'd bounce all around. And in solids, they kind of can't move. But in a few, like, they'll eventually get into little cracks and they'll just move places and they'll start to move. And then, let's say steel. Steel is the only thing that could be solids, liquids, and gases. And no, it's actually water. Water can be a solid, a liquid, and gas. An ice cube. An ice cube, if you throw an ice cube into a cup, it won't take the shape of the container. It won't. And if you melt it into a liquid, it'll take the shape of the container, like the milk. And if you melt it even more, like I said with water in those steam things, it'll blow out gas. So a water can be anything. So